England are gone. England lose to Argentina in the semi-final of the World Cup. They lose 2-1 and they're going home. Football's not coming home. England are going home. The Argentinians have beaten England in what was an absolutely fantastic match to watch. Not maybe if you were English, maybe not even if you were Argentinian, but as a pure neutral, it was a sensational game of football. I truly, truly, truly loved it. It was the best game of the World Cup that I've seen in any way. It took me back 40 years where you could actually make a tackle, where you could actually have a little bit of niggle off the ball. It was truly a fantastic spectacle to watch from the very first moment, from the national anthems right down to the final whistle. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Maybe if you were in your 20s, you didn't think it was that good of a game because you're too used to not being able to tackle in football. You're too used to players diving all over the place and getting free kicks for nothing and moaning and groaning about their mammies and stuff. But for an old person like me, it was truly a fantastic game of football to watch. It took me, as I said, back 40 years to where football was football. But England, oh my goodness, England. Tuchel was hired to do one job, to get England to a World Cup final, to win a World Cup. That was Tuchel's job remit. Get us there, win it. That's what you're here for. That's what we're going to give you the big bucks for. I'm not giving you the big bucks for qualifying, for beating the San Marinos of this world. We're not even giving you the big bucks for beating Congo. And with all due respect, not even the big bucks for beating. I'm stumbling over my words. I'm so excited for beating the Norwegians. You got the win in Mexico. Yeah, but Mexico are no big international football powerhouse, that's for sure. Tuchel was given the job, the big money, to beat the Argentinians, the Brazilians, the Spanish, the French of this world. Tuchel was given the money to get England over the line against the big nations. And he bottled it big time. Bottle. England... It was a great game. The first half was touch and go. England get into front. They get a lead. It was a good goal from Anthony Gordon. So, yeah, it looked like, for all intents and purposes, all England had to do was what Spain did against France. Keep on going. Keep the ball. Keep attacking. Keep pressing forward. But no. Tuchel bottles it. He lets Argentina back into the game. He makes strange substitutions. All negative substitutions, to be quite honest with you. Where the Argentinian manager makes all the positive substitutions. Tuchel takes off Anthony Gordon, puts on a defender. Argentina, just in one instance, takes off a defensive midfield player and puts on an attacker. Therein lies the crux of the situation. Tuchel tried to park the bus. Argentina were having none of it. They hit the bar twice. Pickford makes a couple of good saves before they actually get the equaliser. And once they got the equaliser, well, it was all over. It was all over once they got the equaliser. I thought England could have hanged on till extra time maybe, but they weren't going to do anything in extra time because there was too many defenders on the pitch. It would have had to have gone to penalties. But Argentina had the bit between their teeth. They weren't going to let it go to extra time. Messi was finding space all over the place. He puts across a lovely cross. Martinez heads in at the back post, who was a substitute. So yeah, England go out. 60 years of hurt continues for the English. But at this one must sting, to be quite honest with you. It has to sting big time. Tuchel was brought in to make the big decisions. And at the time where he needed to make the big decisions, he bottles it. Bottles it big time. Harry Kane shouldn't have been on the pitch. He should have been taken off. He was done. He was spent with 30 minutes to go. He had nothing more to give. Tuchel continues to leave Harry Kane on the pitch when there was no outball. Because of all the defenders he'd brought on, they were just clearing it and it was coming back, clearing it and coming back because England had nobody up front to be able to chase the ball over the top, to turn the Argentinians, to frustrate them a little bit. There was no one there. So all that was happening was England were clearing poorly and the Argentinian players were picking the ball up again and starting all over again. Rinse and repeat. They were bound to score. So, yeah, 60 years of hurt, but this one's gotta hurt even more than all the others because it was so much there for you guys. It was there. You had one hand, one foot in the final. You just couldn't get over the line, and that's not down to the players. That's not down to the players. That's down to the management team, and Tuchel has to answer for a lot of it. The knives will be out for him today. There's already people screaming for Tuchel to be sacked. Well, yeah. You are brought in to do one job, to get England to a World Cup final, to make the big decisions when they needed to be made, to be brave. To be brave. And you weren't brave. You bottled it. You bottled it big time. And Tuchel, not the players, Tuchel has caused England an opportunity to play in the World Cup final on Sunday night. I feel sorry for the players. I feel sorry for the fans. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Tuchel. Big time bottle job. And that's fans banter.